Miami versus Notre Dame.
All right, let me start this one out. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. Look, I like Marcus Freeman. I do. I like him as a coach. I like Notre Dame team overall, and I feel like I honestly do feel like the defense kind of didn't look the same to me. Everyone says it's Miami's O-line. I do think Miami O-line is like that. And I ain't gonna lie, that's something I gotta go against personally. But I say that to say I'm not 100% sure their defense is. I'm not gonna say that defense is like that, but I just feel like that defensive line couldn't get back there to cause Carson Beck to be the Carson Beck we all know who Carson Beck. Come on, bro. That game right there, that didn't show me nothing. I'm just gonna be honest right there and say that I still think he's very mid. He's very mid. No pressure. I mean, if you sit back there and you can go through all three progressions and look around and figure out what you want to do, the reason Carson Beck wasn't good, let's just be real. Let's just call it, hey, Miami's O-line is better than Georgia's O-line. Okay? That's just what it is. And at the end of the day, like, he benefited from it. Now I will say this: the receivers from Miami are definitely better. Greg, you said
the whole offense.
Yeah, you said it. They better. They are better. He said the whole offense.
But that ain't nothing that we already didn't know. Like, we already knew.
It's hands and shoulders.
It's just one of those things where I'm looking at the game and I'm like I said, kudos to we gonna start off with Miami. Kudos to Miami, but I just feel like that game from them really didn't. I don't know how to feel about that one. I'm a little shaky about that one. But go ahead.
If I was gonna say something about the game to piece off of what you said, they just got lucky. They got lucky that it took CJ Carr. It took him a half to get right. Because
it did.
If we looked at both quarterbacks, CJ Carr was a better quarterback. CJ Carr in Miami be cold. It'd be a whole different team. CJ Carr and Notre Dame, but it just took them a long time to get started up. Because that Miami defense gave up that second half. That second half, they couldn't do nothing. They pray for a stop. So
I agree.
Take away from that game. Shout outs to Dick. And if CJ Carr didn't throw that pick, yeah, them guys would definitely be in a whole different game. Jeremiah Love, I didn't get to see much. 10 carries for 33 yards. We got to get him the ball more. Price looked good, though. See, I'm not going to say Jeremiah Love didn't have a good game, but Price looked good. Price looked good. I like Price. But definitely Miami receivers saved Carson Beck. Saved him on that last pass because that is a pick. That is a pick.
Hey, whoever that receiver is,
CJ Daniels. He came from LSU.
CJ
transfer from LSU. But I'm gonna tell you this.
And saved his life.
From what I got from that game, all credit to Miami. They won. All credit. It was a good game for one. It was a good game. I mean, they won by 3, so it was a toss-up game. I will say Notre Dame lost. Okay, I will say this: Notre Dame, they kind of lost that game, especially when they got down. I think they got down there like 2 or 3 times, and the Flags ended up pushing them back behind the sticks, and they could never get right, which is ultimately their fault. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing whatever to cause the flag, but the Flags was putting them behind the sticks when they was finna score. So that was fucking them up. But quarterback play, I do think CJ Carr outplayed Carson Beck, and I do agree with you, Greg. It took him a half to really like get warmed up, to get going. Granted, he another one kind of like Ty Simpson. It wasn't as bad as Alabama, but Miami D line was back there a lot of times on him. You know what I'm saying? And he was making plays. Whether it was throwing under pressure, getting out the pocket, escaping the pocket, going back, coming back forward, throwing dots. You know what I'm saying? So his O line they ain't play good, but they ain't play bad. You know what I'm saying? They ain't play bad. But I do think he outplayed Carson Beck. Now Carson Beck, he throwing to one person a lot of times. Granted, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But he was throwing to one person. He was throwing away, and it was Malachi Tony. Every play, Malachi Tony, and a lot of it reminded me, honestly, and this is just me keeping it a band. A lot of it reminded me is when he was playing at Georgia, he was throwing the ball to Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers. It was a lot of medium from 10 yards under, 15 yards under that he was throwing to, and the rest, when they get the ball in their hand, they make it work. Malachi Tony was like his Ladd McConkey. That's just what I seen. A lot of pig outs, a lot of short shit, a lot of short screens, catch the ball, rat. And he like that. And he a freshman. He's like that. That nigga Malachi Tony is like that. But
definitely,
all in all, they won it. They won the game. They won the game. Good game. Top 10, another top 10 matchup they won. Really, honestly, all the top 10 matchups was good games. I don't think none of the top 10 matchups was by far no more than 7 points. Texas Ohio State 7-point game. LSU Clemson 7-point game. This game right here was a 3-point game. So it was a good game, man. All shit. Chris Ball winning that one, and like you said, Marcus Freeman, they lost their DC to the Cincinnati Bengals, and it kind of showed they was running way more zone than they ran man. But I think the whole Notre Dame just caught on that second half. They outplayed Miami. The first half Miami outplayed Notre Dame. That's what I think. But all in all, it was a good game.